Hey guys, welcome to Homework Help for Year 6, Term 3, Week 7. On page 13, I'll be doing set 4, as this will be the homework questions. Question 1, find the value of the pronumeral. Pronumeral just means the letter. And in each of the triangles. So, in question A, you're asked to find what this angle is. Angle A is equal to how much? So, let me just change this. Okay, so we know that all the angles inside of a triangle add up to 180. So that means that 40 plus 60 plus with the angle A is equal to 180 degrees. Now 40 plus 60 is 100. Okay, so 180 and you got 100 plus A. 100 plus A is 180. So A is equal to 180 take away 100. And that should give you 80 degrees. K, same thing. So we're going to add 80 plus 70 plus the angle K is equal to 180. 80 plus 70 will give you 150. So 150 plus K is equal to 180. So therefore K is equal to 180 take away 150 degrees. And now it have to be 30 degrees. There you go. Question C. Now we know this is 90 degrees. So we got 40 plus 90 plus with Y equals to 180. 40 plus 90 is equal to 130 plus the angle Y is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore Y is equal to 180 degrees take away 130 degrees, which will give me 50 degrees. So therefore this has to be 50 degrees. Alright, next one. Okay, I think you can do the rest by yourself. These are not too difficult. And you already see the pattern of what's happening here, right? Just add these two together. This will be 120, sorry. 120 plus this last angle makes 180, so this has to be 60 degrees. Okay. Alright, just do the rest on. There's only 2 more questions there. Let's go to the next page. Okay, so that continues onto this page as well. I'll do maybe the last one. Okay, so we got 17 plus 104. 104 plus 17. This will be 121. Now we do 180, take away 121, and that will be equal to 59 degrees. So this must be 59 degrees. Okay, question 2. Find the sizes of the missing angles and hence determine which triangle are right angled. Okay, so let's look at this one. We have a missing angle here. We got 49 and 41. So 41 plus 49, let me see, 41 plus 49, this will be 90 degrees, right? So therefore, these two add up to 90. So therefore 180 take away 90 degrees will give us 90 degrees. So that means this has to be 90 degrees. And if it's 90 degrees, therefore it's a right angle triangle. So that yes, this is a right angle triangle. So that's all we gotta do. We gotta find the missing angle. And if that angle happens to be 90 degrees, then therefore it's a right triangle, like this one says. Because it says determine which triangles are right triangles. So let's have a look at this one. We got 62 plus 18 degrees plus some angle there, let's call it X. And that's equal to 180 degrees. So 62 plus 18, that'll give me 80 degrees. 80 plus X equals to 180. So therefore X is equal to 100. Okay, so therefore this is 100 degrees. It's 100 degrees, it's not 90 degrees, so therefore no, it's not a right angle triangle. It needs to be 90 degrees. Now this one plus this one, so 45 plus 55 makes 100, so therefore this must be 80 degrees. So to have a sum of 180, so that's not 90 degrees, so that's a no as well. This one is 17 plus 73, this will be a 0, this will be a 9. Alright, so 180 take away 90 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Or you can think of it this way if you don't understand what I'm doing. I'll say this angle plus x. So x plus 17 plus 73 equals to 180. So you have x plus width, this is 90 degrees, equal to 180. So therefore x is equal to 180, take away 90, which gives me 90. So therefore this is 90 degrees, which means it's a right angled triangle. So therefore, yes, this is a right angled triangle. Question 3. Find the sizes of the missing angle and hence determine which triangles are isosceles. Alright. So let's find out this missing angle here. You got 40 plus 75, that makes 5. This will be 12, 125. 180 minus 125, that would be 55 degrees. So this must be 55 degrees. Now, in order for a triangle to be isosceles, they have to have two angles that are the same. In this one, we have no angles the same, so therefore we got it's not a isosceles triangle. So no, it's not. Next one, let's try this one. 108 plus 32 makes 140, and 180 take away 140 is 40. So do you have any angles the same? No, they're not. All right, this one here. Okay, you got 45 and 90, so 45 plus 90 is equal to 135. 180 take away 135 is equal to 45 degrees, so therefore this remaining angle must be 45 degrees. Is this an isosceles triangle? Yes, you got two angles that are the same, so therefore yes. Okay. Now 52 plus 54, that gives me 106. Okay, 180 take away 106 will give me 74 degrees. So this has to be 74 degrees. No, this is not. There's no same angle. They're all different. Question 4. Which of the following triangles could not possibly exist? Okay, so there's two ways we can determine whether a triangle exists. One is using the length and one is using the angles. For the angles, all you gotta do is make sure they add up to 180. Does this add up to 180? 60 plus 50 plus 70 is 180. Yes, so therefore this triangle can exist. Yes. What about this one? You got 50, 50 and 90. 50 plus 50 is 100. I'll just write it here. I'll go a bit slower. And then plus with your 90 degrees. And that's going to give you 190 degrees. Can a triangle have more than 180 degrees? That will be a no. So therefore, this triangle cannot exist. Let's add these angles up. Okay, so you got 135 plus 25 plus 30. Alright, this will be 4 plus 5 is 9. So it'll be 190. Nope. This cannot exist. No triangle can have 190 degrees. They all have to be 180. Alright, let's see. 46 plus 91 plus 43. This will be a 0. This will be... Yes, this is 180. Yes, this one can exist. Because all the angles add up to 180. So you can do the rest on your own. Moving on to the next page. Question 5. Find the value of the pronumeral in each of these isosceles triangle. Okay. Now with the isosceles triangle, you got two sides that are the same. Every isosceles triangle will always have two sides the same. And there's two angles that has to be the same as well. If that's 50, this one must be 50 as well. Okay. Now to find A, we have to use the angle sum of a triangle. So we say 50 plus the 50 plus angle A is equal to 180 because all the angles inside of a triangle must add up to 180. This will be 100. So 100 plus A is equal to 180. Obviously A is equal to 80 degrees, right? Okay, we found the answer. A is 80. Question B. Now, you see how this length is the same as this length? The way we know that is because they have a dash in it. Is to indicate that these two lengths are the same. Now, if this is 80, this must also be 80 degrees. Okay. Let's see. When you have, let me just explain one thing real quick. When you have an isosceles triangle, let's say these two are the same. These angles here have to be the same. It's the angle that's opposite the two same lengths. Okay. So this one is different to the other two. There's only two same, and that one has to be different. Okay, so that's the rule. So if this is 80, if this one is 80, then this one must also be 80. All right, now if so, 80 plus 80 is equal to 160. Now 160 plus what gives me 180? Obviously, K must equal to 20 degrees. All right, here we have another isosceles triangle, and these two lengths are the same, which means that these two angles must be the same. This must be n as well. That's because this one is n, so this one must be n. Actually, let me write it the right way up. Okay, we know that n plus 40 is equal to 180. N plus n makes 2n, right? So 2n plus 40 equals to 180. So 2n is equal to 180 take away 40, and that's equal to 140. So 2 times a number is 140. So therefore the number is, we divide it by 140 by 2, because we can divide both sides by 2. Okay, so therefore n is equal to 70, and there's your answer. This is 70, and that's 70. Again, here you have another isosceles triangle where this length is equal to this length. So that one is equal to that one. So therefore, this angle is equal to this angle. This is W. Okay. So you have W plus 120 equals to 180. Now you can think of it this way. What must these two add up to? Well, this has to be 60, because 180 take away 120 is 60. Okay, or you can think of it, okay, 60 plus 120 is 180, right? That makes sense. Now, these two must add up to 60. So each one of them is 30, because 60 divided by 2 will give me 30. So therefore W must be 30. They're both 30. Alright. Okay, so this one, you can see that here's, you got 25. So what's x? We know 25 plus 25 plus x must equal to 180. This is already 50. 50 plus something is 180. So this x must equal to 130. Here you have, this must be c as well, and this is 90. So we got c plus 90 is equal to 180, the angle sum of a triangle. Alright, so this must equal to 90 degrees as well, because 90 plus 90 is 180. So 90 divided by 2, c equals to 45 degrees. Alright, I'm going to move on to, you can see the pattern now, you know what to do now, okay? So I'm going to move on to question 6. It says determine whether or not each triangle can exist. Well, let's have a look. You got, this length is 3, and this length is also 3. These are both 3. So therefore, this is another isosceles triangle. Now, if this is 50, then this must also be 50 as well. Okay, so let's see if this works. Let's add up all the angles. You got 50 plus 50 plus, what's this angle here? This is 90, isn't it? So plus 90. And that's going to give you 190 degrees. Can a triangle have 190 degrees? That is a no. Because a triangle can only have 180. No more and no less. Just exactly 180 degrees. Okay, next one, question B. We see they put these 7 centimeters there to trick you. You don't need to, doesn't really matter how long that length is. All we need to know is that these lengths are the same and these angles are the same. So 60 plus 60 plus 40. Okay, what does it add up to? It adds up to 160. Is that enough to make a triangle? No. it's not enough. It has to be 180. Okay. Now this one is 70. This is 70. That's correct. This one, this angle is not given to us, so it can be anything. So therefore, this can be 40 as well. So 70 plus 70 plus 40 is 180. That's correct. So yes, this one is it can exist. I should probably write no for these ones. Yeah. All right. This is let's now. If this is 50, this has to be 50, and this has to be 50, because all the lengths are the same. Okay. So 50 plus 50 plus 50 makes 150. So no, it doesn't make a triangle, because a triangle needs to have 180 as the sum of all the angles. So add them up and see if it works. Now for this one, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find out this angle here. So you got 31 plus 29. Let's see. This will be. Okay, this will be 0 here. You got 4, 6. Okay. So that means this will be 120. Yeah, it can work. Yeah, yes, you can. Doesn't matter the length as much as the angle there. Okay, question 7. Find the value of the pronumeral in each of the following. So you need to find the value of this x here, this t here, and so on. All the letters. Okay, so x. Now we know this is an isosceles triangle because that one is 6. That's 6. They're both both of these length the same. So if both the length are the same, then both angles at the bottom must also be the same. So x must equal to 65 degrees. Now we know that this is an isosceles triangle, so this one must equal to this one. So t is equal to 45 degrees. Alright, now let's work out this missing angle here for question C. We have 44 plus 68. Okay, 4 plus 8 is 12, 10, 11, so 112. Now 180, take away 112. This will be 8, 6. So therefore, and then this will be 0. So this will be 68 degrees. What kind of triangle has 68 degrees and 68 degrees? Okay, well that's going to be an isosceles triangle. Which means that these two lengths have to be the same. Now, if this is 5, then this must be the same. This has to be 5 as well. So therefore, V equals to 5 centimeters. Question 8. Find the values of all the pronumerals. Okay. Well, 60, 70. This must be 50. Okay, how do I know that? Because 60 plus 70 is equal to 130, and 180 take away 130 is equal to 50. And B would be, we know that the angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because angle A and B combined together will give us a straight line. And we know that a straight line is 180 degrees. So, if A is equal to 50, this is equal to A. A is 50 degrees. So 50 plus some angle is equal to 180. Obviously, this is going to be 130. So therefore, that's 50. Let me just redraw that. Okay, this is 50 and this is 130. Done. Okay, we can find this angle C first, right? We know that this 130 plus angle C will give us a straight line, which means that 130 plus angle C give us a straight line, and a straight line is 180 degrees. So C is equal to 180 take away 130, which gives me 50 degrees. So C is 50 degrees. Now, let's look at this triangle here. You got 50, you got 40, and you have something. So, 50 plus 40 plus the angle D is equal to 180, because these are the angles of a triangle. Alright, 50 plus 40, that's 90. 90 plus what number gives me 180? That number must be 90 degrees. Okay, you got a 90 degrees, you got this angle which we don't know, but we do know this is a 90 degrees. So we got 90 plus 52 plus the angle P is equal to 180. Now this one is equal to 145 plus some angle is equal to 180. So that angle is equal to 180, take away 145, and that's angle P is equal to 35 degrees. Now angle Q is equal to 180 take away that 35 degrees, which equals to 145 degrees, and this is your angle Q. Moving on to the next page. Question 9. Find the values of the pronumerals in the following. Okay. So we can look at this A and we can see that this angle plus this angle must equal to 180 because those two angles form a straight line. So that means this must be 70 because 70 plus 110 is 180, and because this is an isosceles triangle, right? These two lengths are the same, which means that this angle and this angle must be the same as well. So therefore this must also be 70. So we have x equals to 70 degrees. We have y is equal to 70 degrees. Now z, what do we have for z? Well, let's find out. 70 degrees plus 70 degrees plus angle z is equal to 180. These two make up 140 plus z equals to 180. So therefore z is equal to 180, take away 140 is equal to 40. So this one must equal to 40. So z equals to 40. There's your answer for all three pronumerals. Now, question B. Alright, so I'm going to find out this angle here by doing 180, take away 118. This will be a 2, this will be a 6, and yeah. So therefore, we found out this to be 62. Now this is an isosceles triangle. You can tell that because these two lines, the sides of the triangle are equal. They got the two dashes marked on them. Alright. So therefore, these two angles must be equal. So therefore, U is equal to 62. Now, how do we find V? Using angle sum of a triangle. So 62 plus 62, that makes 124. 180, take away 124, and that'll give me what? 60, 30, 56. So V has to equal to 56 degrees, and we got that one there. All right, this one looks tricky because they didn't provide us with any numbers. But we can figure it out because this happens to be an equilateral triangle. All the sides are the same and all the angles are the same. So this must be 60, this must be 60, and this must be 60. So M is equal to 60, and M plus N is equal to 180. Now we know M is 60, so 60 plus N is equal to 180. Therefore, N is equal to 180, take away 60, which equals to 120 degrees. Question 10. Find the values of the pronumeral in the following. Okay, so first I'm going to work out the angle P. Okay, using angle sum of a triangle. We know that all of these add up to 180. This one, and this one add up to 180. So let's write something about that. 60 plus 88 plus the angle P is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, now 60 plus 88, that will give you 148 plus the angle P is equal to 180. So to get P, we just do the subtraction. We want to find a difference. So we do 180, take away 148, and let's see what we get. This will be 2, this will be a 5, this will be 3, 32 degrees. So P, we worked out P to be 32 degrees. Now P is also equal to angle Q, so angle Q is also equal to 32 degrees. Why are they equal? Because you have two straight lines. Whenever you have two straight lines that cross each other, the opposite angles are always equal. These are called vertically opposite angles. And this only works for straight lines, okay? I can't have a line like this, and I can't have a line like this, and then it bounces like that, okay? These are not vertically opposite. Have to be straight lines, okay? Question B. Okay, so we're gonna work on, let me see. Yes, I can see that this one is 84 and this one must also be 84. The angle A is equal to 84 degrees. Okay. And the reason is because they're vertically opposite angles. So I'm gonna put in brackets. Vertically opposite angles. Okay, now if A is equal to 84, we can work out what B is, right? We can say 84 plus with 72, that'll be 6. This will be 156. Alright, so what's 180? Take away 156, that'll be 24. So B, therefore B must equal to 24 degrees. Angle sum of a triangle, guys. Alright, here's another funny one. You got 44 and U. So U is equal to 44. Vertically opposite angles. Okay, so if this is 44, how do we find V? Well, look at the triangle. What kind of triangle is it? Where you have two sides that are equal. This is called an isosceles triangle, right? So if that's V, this must also be V. So you got V plus 44 is equal to 180 degrees. Angle sum of a triangle. This is 44. Okay. So here you got V plus V is 2V plus with 44, and they'll give me 180 degrees. What's 180 take away 44? 180 take away 40 is 140, take away 4 is 136. So this must be 136 because these two numbers add together to give me 180. Okay, so 136 divided by 2 and that'll give me 68 degrees. So therefore V must equal to 68 degrees. Let me just rub this out. There you go. Question 11. Find the values of X and Y in each of the following. Okay. So in here I can find X first. Because you got 80 degrees, 65 degrees, and I can find X using an angle sum of a triangle. 80 plus 65 is 145. So that means that X must equal to the difference between 145 to 180 would give me 35 degrees. Now we know that angle X plus angle Y must make a 90 degrees. Okay, so X plus Y equals to 90 degrees. But we found out that X to be 35. So 35 plus Y equals to 90 degrees. That's what X is. Okay, now what's Y? Well, Y is equal to 90 take away 35. So Y is equal to 55 degrees. So X is equal to 35 and Y is equal to 55. Done. Alright, next one, question B. Okay, can you see there's a isosceles triangle here? This one here, right? This side is equal to this side. Therefore, this angle, therefore, this angle and this angle must be equal. So that's 53, this must also be 53. And then what can we say about X? Well, 53 plus 53 plus X equals to 180 degrees. Okay, all the angles of a triangle. This will be 106. 106 plus X equals to 180. So therefore X is equal to 180, take away 106 will be 74 degrees. There, I found X. Now Y, we know that Y plus 53 degrees makes 90 degrees. Why is that so? Well, have a look at the picture. This is 53, and you can see the 90 degrees there? Yeah. That means that this angle plus this angle must equal to 90 degrees, and that's what I wrote there. So therefore, do a subtraction, 90 minus 53, and you get Y is equal to 37 degrees. There you go. Alright, question C. What can we do? Maybe it's a bit too messy here. Let me rub this out. You can see more clearly. Alright. So for this question, what can we do? We can find x first. You see this triangle here? We can use the angle sum of a triangle to find x. So let me see. 25. This number plus this number will give you 137. Now 137 plus with the last angle gives me 180. Plus with what? Gives me 180. So 180 take away 37 will give you 42. So x equals to 42. And we also know that x plus y is equal to 90 degrees. This angle x plus this angle y will make a 90 degrees. And we know x is equal to 42. So 42 plus this angle y is equal to 90 degrees. So y is equal to 90, take away 42, and that's going to equal to 48 degrees. So therefore, I want to write over here somewhere, x is equal to 42 degrees, and y is equal to 48 degrees. And you got the answer there. Alright, question 12. Find the value of all pronumerals in each of these. Okay, let me see. Well, we can find x first, okay? Because we can see that this angle x plus 130 degrees plus 150 degrees makes a full revolution, which means that the three angles add up to 360. So you can say, well, let's find out what these add up to first. 130 plus 150 makes 280. So this makes a total of 280 degrees. Now we have to add this angle x, so 280 degrees plus with one more angle x will give us the whole revolution, which is 360 degrees. So x is equal to 360, take away 280 to find the difference, and therefore x is equal to 80 degrees. There we go, we found x. This is 80 degrees. Now you can find y using the angle sum of a triangle. So 40 plus 80 plus y is equal to 180. This is 120. So 120 plus something is equal to 180. That must be 60. So this is 60 degrees. Done. Alright. Question B. I can find this angle out because you got a triangle here, and I can use the angle sum of a triangle to find C. These two add up to 50. So 50 plus y gives me 180, so this must be 130. Okay, so you got 105 plus 130 plus with this angle D is equal to a full revolution, which is 360. This makes the 105 plus 130 makes 235 degrees plus with something is equal to 360. So the angle D is equal to 360, take away 235, and let me see what that is. That'll be 65, 125. So D is equal to 125 degrees. There you go. That's the answer for that. Alright, next one. Okay, let me get rid of this. Too messy. Question C. I can find the angle J here because J plus 155 plus 155 makes 360. So let's add these up first. 155 plus 155 plus angle J is equal to 360. What do these two add up to? This will be 310 degrees plus one angle is equal to 360. So therefore this must be 50 degrees. J must equal to 50 degrees. Now to find K, we have to acknowledge the fact that this is an isosceles triangle. They both have the same length, therefore this will be the same as this. So this is K as well. Alright, so we know that, look at this triangle here, this triangle, okay? You got K plus 50 equals to 180. So therefore you got 2k plus with 50 is 180. So 180 minus 50, so that means 2k is equal to 130, and k is equal to half of that, which is 65 degrees. Done. Woof, I'm going through all these questions now. Question 13. The value of each pronumeral. Okay, so let's see. We can see, look at this, two parallel lines. Right? And you have a transversal line. Whoops. You have a transversal line. Okay. Now, when you have this kind of setup, you know that this angle is an acute, this angle is an acute. So therefore, they must equal to each other. And because they cross over the transversal line from the left side to the right side, it's called alternate angles. So therefore, A is equal to the same as 50 degrees. Okay. Let me rewrite that. Now we have another transversal line that's crossing this, these two parallel lines. Now, this is an obtuse angle and this is an acute angle. And what do we know about obtuse angles and acute angles? They have to add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so we know that. Oh, actually, I'll do it a different way. Actually, let's just do it this way. So we know that 50 plus with B plus with 70 must equal to 180. Okay, so let's add these two together. 50 plus 70, that makes 120. 120 plus the angle B is 180, so therefore B is equal to 60. That's 60 and that's 50. There's your answer. A is equal to 50, B is equal to 60. Now here you have two parallel lines, so I'm going to color them in. Got two parallel lines there. And you have a transversal line. Now, this is an acute angle, right? This is also an acute angle, so therefore they must be the same. So we can say that M, the angle M is equal to 65 degrees. Cool. Alright, now I'm going to do something else. Write this out. This is 65 degrees. Now look at this triangle. You got 65 degrees, you got 60 degrees, and you got the angle N. So 65 plus 60 plus angle N is equal to 180 degrees. Because the angle sum of a triangle. So this two added up to 125 degrees plus the angle N equals to 180. So therefore N is equal to 180, take away 125 to find the difference, and that should give us 53. Yeah, no, sorry, 55. So therefore this must be 55 degrees. Alright, moving on to question C. Let's see, what can I say? I can find this angle C here. Look at this. You got two parallel lines, and you got a transversal line that goes through it. Okay, this is an obtuse angle. This is acute angle. So obtuse angle plus acute angle must equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, C must equal to 180 take away 100, which makes 80 degrees. This is 80 degrees. Alright, now we can use this triangle here. We can say 65 plus 80 plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, this will add up to 145 plus angle D is equal to 180. Angle D must equal to 35. So D is equal to 35 degrees. Done. And C is 80. Alright. Moving on to question D. What can I say here? I could say that angle J is equal to 125 degrees. Okay, two parallel lines, transversal line, obtuse and obtuse. Therefore, they must be equal. Okay, And look at this triangle here now. You got 30, you got 125 and K. So 30 plus 125 plus angle K is equal to 180 degrees. These two add up to 155 degrees plus some angle K is equal to 180 degrees. Just do a subtraction. Do 180, take away 155, and you're going to get 25 degrees. So therefore K is equal to 25 degrees. Question E. Alright, so we can work out what this angle is, right? Look at this triangle here. So 42 plus 108 plus the angle U is equal to 180 degrees, angle sum of a triangle. Now these two add up to 150 degrees plus the angle U is equal to 180. Therefore the angle U must equal to 30 degrees because 150 plus 30 makes 180. So U is equal to 30 degrees. Now, how do we find angle V? There's only one last angle here left. So we know this one is 30 degrees. Now angle V, you got two parallel lines here. Okay, and you have a transversal line here. This is obtuse, this is acute. We know that obtuse angle plus acute angle, which is that 30 degrees, is equal to 180. So therefore V is equal to 180, take away 30, therefore V must equal to 150 degrees. Done. Question F. Alright, we can work out, let me think. Oh, okay, so look at this. You have a parallel line and you have another parallel line. These two lines are parallel and you have a transversal that goes through. Now this is an acute angle and this is an acute angle. All acute angles in this setup must be equal. So P is equal to 73 degrees, right? Okay, great. So we use this is called alternate angles. So we use the rule and we figured out that P equals 73 degrees. Now this is 73 degrees. What kind of triangle is this that has two lengths that are the same? These two lengths are the same. This is an isosceles triangle. Therefore, this angle must equal to this angle, 73 degrees. So to find angle Q, excuse me, what we do is we say angle Q plus 73 plus 73 makes 180. 73 plus 73 is 146. So angle Q plus 146 is 180. So what's Q? Well, we just do, to find Q, we take 180, take away 146, and that's equal to 34 degrees. Q is 34 degrees. There you go, done. P is 73, Q is 34. Next page. Okay, this is the last page of this homework. Now let's have a look at this one. What are we gonna do? Let me think. Okay, we got two parallel lines. And you have a transversal line, which means that this is obtuse and this is acute. Obtuse, which is 117, plus acute, which is R, is equal to 180 degrees. We know that. So how do we find R? We do a subtraction. R, we just take 180 degrees minus 117 and you get R. So R is equal to 63 degrees. Okay, so that's 63 degrees. Okay, great. We just worked out R. Now, let's find out the last one, which is S. We need to find S. Now, what kind of triangle is this, do you think? Where two of the sides are the same. This is isosceles, which means that not only the two sides are the same, but two angles are also the same. That's R, that must also be R. Now we already figured out what R is. We worked out that R is equal to, whoops, equal to 63 degrees. So that means I'm gonna write here, this is 63 degrees and this is 63 degrees as well. So how do we find S? Well, we know that 63 degrees plus 63 degrees plus the angle S is equal to a total of 180 degrees, because these are all the angles inside of a triangle. 63 plus 63 is 126 plus the angle S is equal to 180. So therefore, angle S, we do a subtraction, 180, take away 126, and that's going to give you 54 degrees. Okay. So there's your R and there's your S. Okay, let's look at the next one. Let me get rid of this. Okay, you got two parallel lines. So here's your two parallel lines. This is one of them. And this is the other one. Now, where's the transversal line? You got two transversal lines. This is one of them. This is one of the transversal lines. Okay, let's see. Remember, all acute angles are equal and all obtuse angles are equal. So here's an acute angle and here's another acute angle. So therefore, G is equal to H. The angle G equal to angle H. Okay, let's work out what G is first. Once you get G, you can get H. So let me just put that there for now. Now, let's find out what G is. We can find out what G because we have a triangle here. And we know that all the angles inside the triangle must add to 180. So 47 plus 93 plus the angle G is equal to 180 degrees. Now these two add up to, this will be 140. Okay, 140 plus the angle G is equal to 180. So G must equal to 40 degrees. So G is equal to 40 degrees, which means that H must also be 40 degrees because G and H are equal. Done. Alright, next one, you got, okay, again, parallel lines here. You may notice that a lot of these questions have parallel lines in them, okay? And they're there for a reason. They're there to see if you understand corresponding alternate and co-interior angles. So, you can see that this angle is equal to this angle, right? Angle E is equal to angle F. These are called alternate angles. They're both acute, they must be equal. What else can I say? Okay, I can find out what angle E is. Because angle E plus 35 plus 75 is equal to 180 degrees. Why is that the case? Well, it's because those three angles are inside of a triangle. So, what's 35 plus 75? This will be 110. So angle E plus 110 is equal to 180. Therefore, E is equal to 70 and F is also equal to 70 because E equals to F. Done. Alright, question J. Okay, this is 36. Okay, let me just mention the parallel lines. This is one of them. And this is the other one. Okay. Let me just rub some of these out. Alright. And this is, I'm gonna do the transversal line in blue. There we go. Okay. So now what do we know? We know that this angle here must equal to this angle here. They're both. Oh wait, no. We can say that. Whoops. I used the wrong transversal line. Sorry. Let me try again. Let me use this transversal line. Alright. Okay, so if this is 36, this must also be 36. Okay. How does that help, you might wonder? Well, it doesn't help just right away, but you'll see how it relates to the question. So now that I know this is 36, then I can look at this. What kind of triangle is this again? This is an isosceles triangle, right? Whoops. And the reason it's isosceles is because these two sides are the same. meaning that these two angles are the same. Now we just said that this is 36, so therefore this one must also be 36. And guess what? You got two parallel lines and you have a transversal line. This is acute, this is acute, therefore angle P is also equal to 36. These are alternate angles. Right, and now what's angle Q? Well, we got 36 here. 36 plus 36 will be 72. So these two angle out to 72. Q is equal to 180, take away 72, and that's equal to 108 degrees. So that's Q. Okay, question K. I can see that this angle is equal to this angle, alternate angles. You got two parallel lines. Now, I can also see that this angle is also equal to this angle. So this is also your X. And the reason is because this is an isosceles triangle here. Isosceles triangle. So, let's work out what X is first. Okay, so you got X plus 82 is equal to 180. So 180 take away 82, what is that? That will be 98. And then so X plus X is equal to 98. So therefore X is equal to 98 divided by 2. That will be 49. So this is 49 degrees. And this is 49 degrees. And Y is also 49 degrees. So therefore X equals to 49 and Y is equal to 49. There's your answers for that. Now for this one. What can I say? Okay, you got these three parallel lines. Okay, this one must be 70 because this one's 70. They're both acute angles, right? This is R. Actually, no, let's not look at R yet. This is 60. This one must also be 60. And R must also be 60. Okay, they're all the same. So R is instantly 60 degrees. Now to find S, we know that 60 plus S plus 70 make a straight line. So 60 plus 70 plus S equals to 180 because it's a straight line. 60 plus 70 is 130. 130 plus the angle S is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore S is equal to 180, take away 130, that makes 50 degrees. Question 14. Find the value of all the pronumerals in each of the following. Okay. Oh, look at this. These two angles make 180, so just do a subtraction. 180 take away 138. That makes 42. 180 take away, let me see, 122 will be 60, 58. Okay, now we need to find the angle sum of a triangle here. Alright, if you're wondering where I got 58 from, it's because this angle plus this angle make 180 because it's a straight line. Okay, and that one must be 58 degrees. Okay. Now you have 42 plus 58 plus the angle N is equal to 180 because all of these angles are inside of a triangle. These two add up to 100, I believe, yep, plus N equals to 180. So therefore N is equal to 80 degrees. Okay, now we just use look at this one here, straight line. Angle A and 100 degrees. These two have to add up to 180, so therefore this has to be 80. Okay, now the same thing occurs on the other one, the B. Let me just rub this out. Here you have a straight line. These two angles make a straight line, so therefore they have to add up to 180. So this must be 70. Now, what must angle C be? We know that this is a triangle, so angle C angle C plus 80 plus 70 makes 180 degrees. So this one adds up to 150 degrees. Yep, so C must equal to 30 because 30 plus 150 makes 180. So C must be 30 degrees. Done. Oh, and angle D. Well, okay. We know that C plus angle D makes 180 because it's a straight line. Is there a straight line there? So C plus D equals to 180. And we know that C is equal to 30. So D must equal to, I've put it over here, D is equal to 150 degrees. Done. Question C. Let's see. Okay. X plus 320 makes a revolution, which is 360. Okay. Because you got 320 here, you just have to add one more angle X and you make a full revolution, which is 360 degrees. So X must equal to 40 degrees. Use angle sum of triangle to find Y, and Y, the angle Y is also equal to angle Z. And the reason for that is because these are vertically opposite angles. So work it out. I'm not going to do that one. Next one, question D. This is 141. 141 plus angle U makes a straight line, which means it adds up to 180. So therefore, this must be 30. Whoops. This must be 39 degrees. Okay. What else? Oh yes, this is 51. This must be 51. T is equal to 51 degrees. Why is it 51? Because this is these two lines are parallel, and you have a transversal line that goes through here. Acute angle and acute angle. They're both acute angles, so therefore they must be the same. Okay, these are called corresponding angles, by the way. So therefore they're the same. Now we have this one to be 51. Can you find out what V is by yourself? I'll leave that to you. Imagine you have a triangle there, right? 39 plus 51 plus the angle V is equal to 180. So work out V out by yourself. Next one. Okay, so we got two isosceles triangle. Here's one of them. And you can tell it's isosceles because these two are the same length, right? So therefore, if this is G, this must be G as well. So 180 degrees, take away 100, you get 80 degrees. So these two must add to 80 degrees. A total of 80 degrees. And they're both the same, so 80 divided by 2, which means these are 40 degrees each. So angle G is equal to 40 degrees. Now, what else do we know? So, oh, this is not an isosceles triangle, this is a equilateral triangle. All the sides are the same, which means that all the angles must be 60 degrees, all of them. All three of them are 60 degrees. Okay, so we know this is 60 degrees. We know that this whole angle here is 60 degrees. We know G is already 40 degrees. So this one must be 20 degrees because 60 minus 40, H must equal to 20 degrees. Done. Question F. Okay, we can use this to work out P. You can say that 132 degrees plus with 142 degrees plus angle P is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, let's work out what this is first. This will be 274 degrees plus angle P is equal to 360. Now do a subtraction. Okay, so you got 26, 86. I believe the answer is 86 degrees. So P is equal to 86 degrees. Now you can find Q. If you have P, you can find Q. And you can do it by finding what Q has to be to add up to these other angles to make 180 degrees. So 50 plus 86 plus Q is equal to 180 degrees. Find out what Q is by yourself. Question 15. Find the value of pronumerals in each of the following. Okay, so look at the first picture here. You got, this is an isosceles triangle because these two sides are the same, which means that these two angles must be the same. Okay, so this must be J. What else we got? Yes, so 25. Oh, actually, let's look at this triangle here. You can tell it's another isosceles triangle, right? Because these two sides are the same, which means that this must also be 25. So 25 plus 25 is 50. 180 minus 50, this must be 130 degrees. If that's 130 degrees, then what are these two angles? J plus J. So J plus J is equal to 130 degrees. Remember, this is called exterior angles. Okay, so that's 2J. So 2J is equal to 130. 130 divided by 2. So J is equal to 65 degrees. Done. If you forgot what exterior angles are, it looks like this. If you have a triangle and you extend one of the sides, A plus B is equal to D. So A plus B is equal to D. That's the exterior angle, and it happens here. So this angle plus this angle must equal to this angle. Okay, this is exterior angles. Alright. Question B. We have, what do we have here? Do not think that this is equal, okay? They're not vertically opposite angles because it's not a straight line. This is not a straight line. If it is, it will look like this. But it goes like this and then it bends down, so it's not a straight line. Can't use vertically opposite. But what we can do is I can work out this angle here. This angle is equal to this angle, 49. These are called alternate angles. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, and this side is equal to this side, so therefore these two angles must also be the same. This must also be 49. Okay. Now, if this is 49, we know that angle T. Oh, let me just rub some of this out. Too many stuff here. Okay, so we know that this is a straight line, and we know that it's made up of 49, the angle 49 degrees, that angle plus the angle T. So T plus 49 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So T is equal to 131 degrees. There's T. Now, what else we need? Oh, we need to find U as well. Okay. Now remember, these are exterior angles. This plus this will give me this, exterior angles. Okay, so U is equal to 49 degrees plus 49 degrees. So U is equal to 98 degrees. Done. There you go. Whoops. Question C. Alright. Wait, didn't we do this? Oh, okay, no we didn't. Alright. So this is what do we have here? Okay, first we're going to start with this triangle here. Okay, this is called an equilateral triangle, which means that all the angles are 60 degrees. That's 60, that's 60, and that's 60 as well. Okay, knowing this angle is 60, it's divided into two x, one x on this side and x on this side. So 60 divided by 2 is equal to 30. That means x is equal to 30 degrees each. Right, now how do we find y? Well, let's have a look. If this is 30, then this must be 30. Okay, that's 30. This also must be 30. This must be 30, and this should be 30 as well. Okay, everything's been divided evenly here. according to the picture. So let's look at y. Look at this triangle here. I'm going to rub this out. This is an isosceles triangle. So you got 30 and 30, that makes 60. So 30 plus 30 plus the angle y is equal to 180. This is 60 and y must equal to 120 because that makes a total of 180. So therefore y is equal to 120 degrees. Done. Question 16. Draw any triangle on a piece of paper and cut it out. Place the triangle on your desk so that the largest angle A is at the top as shown in the diagram. Fold along the line. Okay, you don't need to do that question. Like I said, the drawing question, just skip it, it's fine. Okay, I think that is the last one. And then this is and then the week 3 is after that. So week 2, that's all we need to do. Okay, hope that helps.